All right, welcome back. This is round 2 of the Washington State Championships, also known as the Doug Newland Memorial, the 49th annual. And I am Justin Banks here with Kirby Snyder.
Hey, Justin, thanks for having me today. Shout out to tournament director Matt Van Dusen. Today on our card, we have Colin Bryant, Carter Aarons, Jeremy Marsh, and myself.
Yeah, great shooting to bring you up to round 2 lead card.
Thank you. Yeah, really excited to be on this card. Jeremy Marsh and I were actually Dubs partners a week ago for Washington State Dubs, and we lost in a 5-hole playoff. So here we are starting on hole 7. Definitely a tricky shot.
Northwest course.
On the Northwest course. Good call. Yeah, definitely a tricky shot off the tee. People that are throwing forehands are going to want to throw like a high forehand hyzer, and if you're throwing backhand, you want to use like an understable putter or a mid and throw with a lot of angle to really wrap around that tree there.
Absolutely. So we got Colin in the lead at 10 down, and the rest are on his tails by 1 stroke. Getting a high forehand line. Let's see if it pushes.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of skip.
Bad, yeah.
A little bit of skip, and that's perfect. Carter setting up for a similar line. Early tree.
Yeah, he wants that back.
Like I said, this is a really, really tough hole. Marsh is going to one of his patented buzzes. He's got 2 or 3 buzzes that he throws pretty much all the time on a bunch of different holes. And good angle, good height, good looking shot.
Yeah. It hit a late tree, but he's on the dance floor for sure.
I'm going to like it's a soft logic. It's been pretty beat up, so it's pretty understable at this point. I'm gonna hit this pretty hard with a lot of angle and let it roll.
Seems like you're really, falling into your bag here as a newly. Well, how long has it been for Discmania?
It's almost a whole year now.
Yeah.
So yeah. No.
You got your bag settled pretty well, huh?
Oh, definitely. It's really nice getting some of that stuff really worked in and used at this point. Not everything is just straight, off the shelf anymore. So,
yeah.
I'm sitting about 55 feet or so, maybe a little less than that.
Oof,
yeah.
Just a little too high.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to get it like kind of lofty, and just kind of float right over to it. Marsh probably sitting about 40 or so, I want to say.
Yeah, maybe 45. Ooh, just a little right. You had the distance.
Great shot from Colin. Just looks like he's just on the edge of the circle.
Yeah.
Good birdie.
Nice.
Good birdie.
Oh no.
Yeah, kind of just like fell out of my hand a little bit, and I think that was kind of my theme for this round. Is I definitely didn't feel like my putt was really there, and I felt like my putt was pretty shaky. So
okay. So you'll unfortunately have the full bogey here. These guys are going to clean up their pars, and then Colin had a birdie. Yeah, we're again starting in the middle of the course, which is a little bit different from normal. Let's go to hole 8, one of the more challenging, longer holes in the middle of the woods here. 355 feet. Pretty much want to follow the drone flight to get real clear down here, land right here, and skip forward. Is that kind of what you're thinking too?
Yeah, 100%. I think the key to this hole is just getting off the tee clean and getting through this initial gap and punching forward. You can get something to hyzer at the end. That's just a bonus. But really, you just want to try to make it as forward as possible, as long as possible, and that's unfortunately a pretty common result for the drive here.
Yeah, seems like that was going to be a low flex line, similar to this, but that was also left.
Yeah, there's a sneaky gap over there. It's one that I don't know that a lot of people are aiming for, but when you hit it, you get pretty lucky and you end up getting opportunities.
Dang,
that was so close.
Theme is a left kick today, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm usually catch camming, so as I'm near the tee pad, you're kind of cut off by a tree, so it was a little challenge for me too.
Yeah, I missed that on the right side. I wasn't trying to swing all the way over there, but the result, all in all, is pretty solid. Just getting forward.
Check out this scramble from Colin. He's on that path that we just walked, but he gets a high flexing forehand to land in the middle of the fairway.
That's great.
Good recovery.
Yeah, good little tunnel.
And this is an extremely difficult line he was going for. Jeremy will have another left side for his third.
You can see when you're on that left side, there's not too many just like clear definitive lanes to get up to the basket.
Exactly.
You're scrambling. It's really hard. You're, hoping that you hit a small gap and then you punch through the right way.
Yeah, he had to result to an overhand thumber or
wow. He got all the
tomahawk.
way through that. That was great. Yeah, pretty solid on the right hand side. I do have a decent little opening to it. Probably only 70 feet or so maybe.
And you're sitting underneath for your 3.
From a par, yeah. Going into it, I think 7 and 8 are definitely 2 holes that I'm okay with taking pars from. If I get the birdie opportunity, that's awesome, but they're very, very challenging lines, very challenging holes. Really interesting way to start the round because you never really start out on hole 7 like that. Good bogey putt.
Good cleanup for Jeremy. Avoiding the double.
Take my par.
No 2s for that, but more holes to score on here. Hole 9, 247 feet uphill. The basket is in this kind of circle plateau area. Most people want to hyzer in this gap we're staring at and just settle there. A lot of people will kind of have an early release, and you're still way downhill if you have an early drive.
Yeah, I'm going with the new Discmania drop. Pretty overstable, really easy, just kind of throw flat up at that tree on the right and let it fade out in front of that. I'm seeing a lot of players throwing very similar discs to that just to get it up there on top of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Catching a little bit of leaves, but he's fine.
Yeah, he's on the edge of the plateau. Similar line for Carter. And he lands to the right of the basket.
Great shot. He landed so soft up there.
Yeah, it's very ideal. And the cameraman messed up, but he had a good result. He'll be dancing as well.
You stepped up and you were throwing.
Everybody should be pretty close, it looks like.
Yeah, these are all scoreable enemies.
This feels like a must get for MPO. It's pretty short, pretty stock shot for most MPO players.
So Jeremy will knock this down. No problem. Come on, right? Yeah. So before we get too far into the video, I just want to let you guys remind everybody that we are doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Give a comment in the description below, and go ahead and like that post on Instagram talking about the giveaway, and you'll enter for 4 discs. Thanks for your support, everyone. These guys will clearly take advantage of their drives. These were nice.
Yeah, good start frame from the group here. This is, like I was saying, this is a hole where you kind of got to get it done on it. So, hole 10, pretty tricky hole, all things considered for this course. 332 feet, par 3. There's OB on the right side. There's OB on the left side. There's OB directly behind the pin that kind of wraps behind it over to the right. There's a low ceiling. There's a couple of things in your way. So, this, like I said, very, very tricky hole. I'm going with the P2.
Oh, look at this glide.
Yeah, there's a left to right wind here that is keeping that disc in the air and pushing over there. So
yeah,
that's one of the best drives I've ever thrown on this hole.
Excellent. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so when we saw him throw that, we were pretty confident that he was out of bounds. But
I think he made it right past the ending.
I think he snuck inside just at the last minute up there.
Yeah, I don't think I showed that later on, so good call.
That's nice.
Similar line to yours, but probably a mid-range.
Just so everybody knows, I threw further than Carter did. Just putting it out there. Marsh going with his buzz. He likes throwing this like on a hyzer out to the right and letting it push straight and kind of barely fade in at the end.
Had to use that for the thumbnail or the still picture.
No, I had to keep that in there. 100%. Yeah.
So yeah, Colin is shooting for 2. You'll see he's kind of definitely on the far left part of this fairway.
Yeah, it's crazy he snuck in. We were all so confident as we were walking up the fairway that he was going to be out of bounds, and yeah, I mean he was in by like a foot or so too. It was really, really surprising.
Mm-hmm. It was a good 2 opportunity for Carter. Let's play this putter skill. Ooh,
Good.
highlights.
Wow. Just outside of the circle, kind of giving that soft step in. That was great.
Little one-stepper.
Calling for his par.
Is that the OG slammer?
Then yeah, this is one of the best drives I've had. This is
Excellent.
yeah, S-Line P2. Thank you.
Have you thrown any of the P1Xs off the tee? Are those pretty straight?
They're pretty straight, yeah.
Okay.
Asher's been throwing one that's getting pretty flippy, which is really cool. So
yeah, that would be a good hole for the hole for this drive, that kind of drive.
Yeah.
Hole 11's 290 feet down the hill, one of the more signature holes of the course. Throw it exactly how the drone flow, and hopefully you'll get an ace.
this
see
hole's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. It's one of those like at least a drive per card is like, oh, you might ace it.
Yeah.
You know. It is pretty breezy here. There's a left to right. That's that same P2 I threw in the last hole.
Okay.
And the wind definitely just kind of held that straight and didn't let that fade in front of that tree there.
Hey, this hole does have the smallest fairway, and you hit that fairway, so that's the good thing.
Yeah, that's
Let's, think of the
counted.
positive.
Yeah. Carter having a similar result.
Yeah, I think you're a foot away from each other. See if Colin can pimp this down there. Oh, maybe a little too much hyzer.
So this is one of the things that I think Colin does well is he watches everybody else's throws and then he knows how to adjust from there. He sees
That's smart.
Yeah, he sees Carter and I going too straight. So what does he do? He adjusts by throwing with more hyzer. Hang on.
Ooh.
Yeah. See, one per card you think is going to bring it
I
up.
don't know. He went too long.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, no, Colin likes to. He watches the other card mates. He sees what's going on, and then he makes the appropriate adjustments from there. He's a smart player.
Ooh, this just looks like it's been thrown a few times.
Yeah, this is one of those EXO extra soft tactics. I really like this guy. It's good for these kinds of shots. Yeah.
A foot higher, man. That would have went in. Making more highlights. Good shot.
Kind of a tricky putt for Colin.
Yeah, he's decided to go over this.
Oh man.
Yeah, it took him a minute to, well, not a full minute, but I edited it shortly. He was having a tough time deciding how to play that. And the 3 threes are out of the way for the 2.
Good too.
Getting real close here on the scoring. Leading us to hole 12 as we get the death stare.
Hole 12. I mean, what do you say about hole 12, right? 310 feet. It's uphill. It's down this little path here.
Another signature toughie.
Yeah, signature for various ways for sure. There's OB on the short right down there. Common place to throw the disc, understable or relatively straight disc. Really high, and hope that you kind of curl into the hillside here and you stay up there.
Yeah.
You can see that up there.
Yeah, that perch basket by the V tree is, man.
Yeah, I'm going, like I said, pretty high.
Mid-range?
No, this is a distance driver, so
Okay.
I wanted to kind of hook in and then like straighten out.
Yeah.
But I tried to hit a gap that wasn't there, so I tried to hit a gap a little too far.
Mm-hmm.
This hole is just commonly kind of crapped on in the community. People are not big fans of this hole. I'm not a big fan either. It's really, really difficult. That's not why I'm a big fan of it.
Sure.
It's just,
Yeah,
it's when you look at it, you're like, man, what is the line here?
it is a very challenging hole. Because even if you have a good drive like that, you kind of sometimes hit the tree and roll backwards. But that actually resulted in a good lie. It could have been way worse down that past that long log you're stirring up.
Yeah, if that takes off, that's out of bounds down there.
Yeah, this is the highest line. I think most people would have gone a backhand Anheuser, but high flexing forehand. He's up top somewhere. We'll see in a minute where it landed.
Yeah, I'm at the bottom of this hill. There's really not much on this backside there, so I'm gonna try to take like a forehand, kind of like low through a gap and hope that I like punch through enough. But
Just got
It's-
snagged.
it's all so thick back there.
Yeah, you made about a third of the way to the basket from where you were. Jeremy goes for the Heiser shot to land it underneath, and just a little short, but he's in his range for
Yeah,
sure.
safe on the hillside there. And yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to salvage not getting a double bogey,
Yep.
and that's fine.
People in the chat.
He had a great drive. Unfortunately, it was 3. That putt is very hard.
Pretty incredible upshot, honestly, from where he was back down there.
Yeah, I forgot it was a little left, but still.
I mean, that's a scary putt, because if he misses that, he's
It could have been way worse.
I mean, way, way down the hill there. Yeah, way down the hill. Solid par. Honestly, kind of a working man's par.
Knowing that Colin bogey, does that kind of change your mentality going into hole 13? You kind of all tied up here, except for unfortunately your bogey too.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're not even halfway through the tournament yet at this point. Like, there's
Yeah.
so much that can happen. And for a lot of these holes, I mean, I personally, I only have one play, and it's trying to birdie it all the time kind of deal.
Sure.
Especially like this hole, especially hole 13, 218 feet. It's very, very short, very straight. There's not really a play where you're like, ooh, if I throw this disc instead, I'll just take like an easy par. It's like, you should just take an easy birdie almost no matter what you do.
Gotcha. So let's see how Jeremy takes advantage of having the first drive.
Go into one of his buzzes, and
Yeah, he's playing for the scoot.
he throws those so well.
Scooted right up. I think Carter's aiming for a similar line. He's throwing something that really flexes back. I mean, it's a straight disc.
For sure. Yeah, that right-hand side is definitely the preferred side, I would say. You see some people throwing like a forehand on the left, but I think it's a little tighter, and that right side makes a little more sense.
I like the forehand left line. Let something skip off the ground, hopefully into the chains.
Yeah.
I think that's what Colin's going for. Ooh, just gets past that tree. A little short, but it skips up to the hill.
Big skip.
He'll have a tough, tight line.
Just rubbing my hand
Yeah, that's a little view of the live. Watching your own replay.
Yeah, that was pretty fun to do, honestly. Marsh and I were having a good time watching the live coverage while we were playing, and, kind of pulling a Gannon Burr and, watching back some of our shots and kind of looking at some of our own replays.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to be able to provide that.
The tree.
I've really enjoyed nerding out, making that all the technical part of that happening.
Yeah, it's been great. Honestly, all of us players and spectators of your channel really enjoy.
Appreciate that.
We really like all the new additions, and watching you trying to elevate what you're doing here is really cool. So nice job, Banksy.
Thank you very much. It's been a fun ride so far. Let's make it even better. Good birdie for Jeremy. Even had some donation super chats. That was a first as well. That
Very
was
cool.
super fun. Thanks for the donos, live viewers.
Very cool.
There's a
Birdie
good
putt.
two.
Good
Let's go
birdie putt.
Carter.
This is my worst putt of the tournament. I know this putt.
Uh-oh.
This is the worst.
A little right. Yeah, you're right.
That sucked.
You wanted it back, and we won't even
I-
see the tap.
I thought it was in. I don't deserve the tap. Nah, that's cool.
Let's move on
Yeah.
to 14, 318 feet, similar to a hole about 5 holes ago. The right of the basket does kind of skip down there. So if you're playing the forehand flex, make sure it slows down.
Yeah, I think the backhand late flip is a really common play to see here. The hillside plays well, where if you kind of hit it, it does kind of scoot you right towards the pin.
Mm-hmm.
Marsh had it. He just was a little high right on his aim.
Yeah. Yeah, these madrona trees on the right, you snag your disc every now and then.
It is a tight gap, but it's not impossibly tight, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You hoping for the flip?
You gotta have a good, confident 318-foot throw.
Most MPO players here are going to be throwing putters and mids off the tee. I think Carter threw a putter. I think Marsh threw a mid. I want to say that this is a putter from Colin.
That looks like I have a putter.
So straight.
Yeah. That's not a bad problem. He probably has just a small straddle around that last bush. What are you throwing again? The P2?
I'm going to a soft logic, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty flippy. It's got some late flip to it.
There it is. On cue.
Okay. Honestly, watching myself on camera is making me realize like how much the white in my beard is coming in. Oh, so actually, speaking of which, kind of interesting about this card, nobody in this card is on their 20s. Or is in their 20s.
That's hilarious.
Carter and Colin are in their teens, and Marsh and I are both in our 30s.
Wow.
So I don't know how common that is for disc golf, but I feel like it's not.
Ooh. A little low.
Good run.
Luckily, it didn't roll downhill.
Yeah. Sitting about 36 feet, slightly downhill here.
Yeah, on the front side of the circle one here. Excellent
Yeah.
shot, though. Perfect distance. Perfect approach into the basket, so it just sits in the bucket.
Yeah. Aiming more for the bottom of the bucket rather than the high part of the chain.
Yeah, why risk the chain spitting it out? Just throw it right down in there. That's one of the best advantages of a hyzer putt. So. Finishing the momentum down.
A couple of nice little cleanups here from the guys.
Yeah, these guys are going to move into another scoreable hole. Another par 4. Actually, our last...
Fancy little catch out of Marsh
Ooh, I
there.
forgot about that.
That was cute. Nice job, buddy.
He's a good juggler.
Yeah. All right, hole 15 here, 500 feet. It's a par 4. There's going to be OB on the left-hand side over there. Really, the key here is to get through those trees that we just went through. There's some, I think it's called Scotch brush over on the left-hand side there. The really big arms are going to punch through that last row of trees and give themselves an eagle opportunity. On a windy day like this, I think just getting anywhere up the fairway and kind of having a cleanest shot to the pin would be really good.
Absolutely.
I'm going for a cloud breaker here, and I got some flip, and the wind's not really letting me hyzer out of it, but
Yeah.
I'm far enough down there. I'm pretty happy.
You got most of the distance taken off of that. Good shot. Let's see where Jeremy takes his. Oh. Little off target. And pushes OB.
Yeah, bad ricochet.
Yikes.
The OB on the left side there opens up the further down you get.
Yes.
So it really is just this initial gap here and making
Yeah.
it through that clean.
Right to the Scotch broom.
Yeah. Scotch broom, it's not Scotch brush.
You know, it's
I
one
don't
of those
know.
things that you can do both. I've
Is it?
seen this, I think it was last year in the comments, but
Oh, that's a good throw. I really don't know, honestly.
Scotch brush, Scotch broom, it's synonymous.
Oh,
Same.
I'm never going to mention it again.
No, how dare you? All the harbor
Herbalists.
bush people will
Yep.
tell you what the right thing is. It's
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, them too.
I love them though. They watch our stuff.
If you know, genuinely, like, comment and tag me. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a Shelton. It was a Shelton term because there's
Okay.
lots of Scotch brush broom.
Scotch B word.
All right, these guys are getting down there. Marsh will have a long 4. Oop! What was that?
Yeah. Dude, okay, so
What was that?
I went to throw and I accidentally grabbed the Scotch bead right behind me.
Oh,
And
shoot.
as I was throwing, I was like, I can't believe I stopped. Like, I really thought I was going to shank that completely
you
to the right.
you checked your swing like a pro baseball player right there.
That was
You
crazy.
did not go.
Yeah. My favorite part about that is if you get quiet enough, you can hear Marsh in the background go, "Wow."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he was so impressed with it. I was
Yes,
like,
it was.
might have been the most impressed he was all day by me. Good little forehand
Colin.
chipper from Colin.
Yeah, Colin's second shot just went a little long. He'll be fine for his 3 to get a birdie, hopefully. And Carter wanted that one back. He could have scored really nicely. Ooh,
Oh, good par save.
that was a nice highlight.
Yeah, he was way back there.
Even for 3, that was.
Yeah.
Or sorry, yeah,
For par.
4th shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Par.
That one was a little more right than I wanted it to be, but it's in.
Yeah, that's a score, bud. Taking you to 10, which is one down of the lead. And we currently have 3-way tie. Moving into 16. Oh, wait. That's right. Oh, that is a par. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Forgetful mind.
I think you missed one of his approach shots.
I think we were talking.
Yeah.
Hole 16, par 3, 406 feet. This is another signature hole. It's such a beautiful line to get past this last kind of blooming tree. You'll see the basket open up here. The typical hyzer line is what the drone flew there, but there's multiple left lanes.
Yeah, I'm going for the left-hand side with the kind of beat-up instinct to get kind of straight on me.
Okay.
I think this is the line I see a lot of
Oh,
players
no.
doing, and that is a pretty common result, but what's really cool about that shot is it took off down that hill and hyzered out.
Oh, wow.
So I got pretty far down the hillside, which is pretty good. Colin going for the forehand here. I don't see a lot of forehands down the left side, so this is going to be really good.
This is the one I like, but that was just too low, and it whacks it. Wackadoodles, and he'll have a second shot that has a long distance.
Marsh is going for the same
So-
left-hand back.
Yeah, he does like a cicada.
It's a cicada, yeah.
Yeah.
He was, I mean, I practiced with him like
He
all
has
the
a
week
great
before.
line.
He parked it like 5 times in a row, and I was like, holy crap.
The
dude.
tree he had, I think he just goes to the right of that. And it just keeps going straight.
Yeah. Yeah, he really has that dialed in. Carter going, I think he went up the middle.
Probably a fairway as well. He gets the sickest short, like, hyzer line. He gets a lot of forward skip to that left side basket high.
Can't believe we got through all of that. That was great.
It's not a traditional line, but clearly it works.
Hey,
And Colin shows you
Great shot.
how to take advantage of the height
Great
of the
shot.
hole. If you land early on that, there is
Colin, you're my
a lot of
hero.
distance. I said you're my hero.
Marsh ended up with a pretty solid result all in all. Should be a pretty routine up and down for him, and it is.
Yep. And you kind of pushed to this little bundle of sticks over by 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'm like in between 1 and 16. over
That's
there.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
So this is where Carter's drive landed. Excellent.
that's so
Maybe
far
like
down
50
there. Yeah,
out?
That's so good.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah, great play.
I want to putt like that someday.
Me too.
He takes a little bit of a lead here, which is 1 stroke. Going into one of the coolest holes, hole 17. The big arms really want to score on this next one. I like this whole tree canopy area. It's one of my favorite parts of this course.
Yeah, this bowl down this hill here is really,
Yeah.
really incredible. Hole 17 here, 465 feet. It is relatively wide open until the last, I don't know, maybe 50 feet or so. You got a couple of these guardian trees. You got that bushy tree on the right. Like Banks was saying, the big arms are all trying to score. You're trying to throw your biggest distance shot, trying to get down to the pin. Not a whole lot in the way, like I said, until you get right to the end there.
And Carter's got the box. I believe he's throwing a Thunderbird here. And he lines up using a towel. Oh, I think that got in his head. Yeah, unfortunate drive there.
Yeah,
uncharacteristic for sure.
This tee pad is like pretty slippery. It's definitely one that you want to be like a little careful on. I don't love the towel technique because I do find myself thinking more about stepping on the towel than I do about actually trying to like throw the drive. So,
yeah.
There's positives and negatives to using that towel. Like it does give you a little more grip, but if that's all you're going to focus on, is that really better for your throw?
Yep, it is a decision you got to make. So great job by you. Let's see if Colin can do a similar result. Looks like he's getting some distance on it.
Nice little.
Does he hit that? Oh, he's short of that, but it skips forward.
Good shot.
He might be on the circle's edge.
Yeah, he should be really close to a great shot. Marsh has a pretty unconventional shot here. He doesn't have the air distance necessarily to get there consistently, so he puts down this really awesome roller that he gets way out to the right there.
See, taking advantage of the stability of this disc and not much wind right now, and look at this result.
It's just going. You can see that blue marker is the circle 1 marker.
Oh, man.
That blue marker is the circle 1 marker on the back side of the pin. He's long of that.
Go.
He throws frisbees good.
Yeah, he's so good. It was my pleasure to have him as my partner for Washington State Dubs.
Super fun to watch.
Yeah, he's an amazing person, amazing partner. Kind of guy that'll pick you up when you're down, kind of thing. So hopefully he and I can take that title next year.
And Carter's second shot got him on the dance floor. Hopefully he'll scrape a 3 out of there as you kind of shank it right a little bit.
Yeah, not a good putt.
Unfortunate you didn't get the 2 there. But we get to watch Colin get razzed by someone making a good putt. Let's see if it goes in. Oh, just short.
Yeah.
Dang. And this is a long par save attempt for Carter.
Oof. Yeah, that slow stepper was working for him too.
Dang.
And Marsh is on the backside of the pin. He had to have thrown that about just under 500 feet.
Oh my gosh!
Oh! So sick.
It balanced and came back on the rim.
Dude, I forgot about
That's
that.
like the basketball equivalent, or the disc golf equivalent of a basketball rimming out and then coming back, hit the basketball court and coming back.
Yeah, that was amazing. And honestly, I mean, he's the one, like when we're stepping up to that, he's saying like, oh, you guys are probably going to birdie this. Like, this isn't a hole that he's chopping up for a birdie every time, so.
He got humbled with good results.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's loving on that.
Let's move to 18. Par 3, 356 feet. A lot of people threw a big backhand that will pan right and hopefully sit right under here. Some people will do the forehand flex down the middle as well.
That's one of the trickier holes to birdie on the course. It's a pretty tight gap almost the entire way down there, and that kind of like late turn that you have to get out of it's really challenging. Bad kick.
Yeah, that's really
Crazy
landed in
result
some
over
thickness
there.
over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, there's really, I mean, you can be short right and be in a lot of trouble. If you kick too far to the left, you can be in a tremendous amount of trouble. So this hole really is about just trying to make it down and straight, and that I feel like is a really common result, especially for myself.
This is my favorite type of attempt on this, the low flexing down the middle. Dang, that's nice.
So good. That's so good.
Great shot.
Thank you.
So smooth.
And it's going to roll right to the basket.
Colin is having some good results. Let's see if Carter can follow that. He's probably trying to replicate the same thing. Oof, just a little left. But he gets the kick of a lifetime. It
Yeah.
goes forward forever. He's
That's
almost basket high.
I mean, he should be C2, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marsh is looking up top.
So cameraman's right in the middle of the fairway, looking back to get a decent angle. I'm sure his options are slim.
Wow.
He found the floater line.
Wow.
He landed real close. There it is.
That's so impressive.
Yep, and this is kind of an example of far left you kind of skipped, but it kind of opened up for you, looks like.
Yeah, you don't want to be over there,
For
but,
sure.
I mean, there's things that you can make happen when you get far enough up.
Yeah.
I fluffed that. I should have thrown that just a little harder, or maybe not so nose up. And there was no reason to leave myself.
Oh, he's
25.
inside the circle. Look at the whisker
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, this is great.
There's like a 30-foot. Dang, what a tree kick. Let's see if he can capitalize and get two here. He do. He be doing that.
He do be doing.
He do be doing twos. Excellent. Goes 12 down. And so does Colin.
Sneaking it over the edge to keep the pace.
Remember we started hole 7, so we got 6 to go after this. They are mostly all knocked up.
Yep. 2 knucks up, man. No problem. I don't know, man. We're just...
They can't see us. We gave each other knucks. All right. Let's move on. Hole number 1.
Hole 1. Yeah, hole 1 is one of my favorite holes on this course. I love this shot. Downhill, so the elevation change is really fun. It's not super long, but
it's still a finesse shot, though.
Yeah, it's very technical. You got to put a little Anheuser on it because the fairway, or at least the tree line, does move a little left to right going down there.
Yeah.
And there's some trees down there where if you do come in a little hot, there are times where you can get lucky, kind of ricochet off of one of those stumps and give yourself an opportunity.
Ooh, good flight.
Wow.
That's very ideal.
That was awesome. I feel like you don't see a lot of people throwing like the understable disc, like on the hyzer flip like that at this hole. Like it's more like this kind of shot where you're throwing the overstable on Anheuser.
It slightly pans to
Yeah,
straight.
let
Yes.
it flatten like that. It's beautiful.
That's one of my favorite throws. Oh no.
Oh,
Ooh,
the
the
second kick.
Double kick
Yeah.
far left, almost in the 18 fairway. Or a 16, excuse me.
Going back to that P2.
Yeah, a little short, but you're on the dance floor. Tree. Yeah, we were talking about the distance away. You're maybe like 8.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Simple upshot for Jeremy. Let's see if we can take some birds off the score here.
Solid putt from Carter. You got a good height to it on
Moving
that.
to 13 down. Jeremy's chance to time up.
This is for par.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited to watch birdies. I just
Mhm.
everything's a birdie. Everything's a birdie.
We've only had the 1 star frame so far, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. They're kind of tricky to get out here because even if
So far.
yeah, I mean, you know,
There's some scoreable holes coming up here.
there's some scoreable holes for sure, but I mean, there's also like
Yeah.
one little tree branch or one little kick puts you in a
Mhm.
pretty bad spot.
Let's talk about hole 2. 284 feet, another must get. Par 3. What do you like to throw here?
I'm going for like a soft logic or like a notion, something slow, understable.
Another straight line?
Yeah, I want to throw it on hyzer down the
Yeah.
pipe and let it kind of flip up and pin over. I do see a lot of people throwing the forehand and really kind of getting it out to the left side and then letting it slip up like that. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, the last third of the fairway is really forgiving, so you can kind of get anything down there.
That was a perfect flight.
Really low putter shot. Unfortunately, kicks the one tree. Doesn't get the scoop forward, but scoop left. Carter will have a long 2 after that. Again, this is a logic. Let's see the execution. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Didn't
Yeah,
expect it to
pretty.
scoot that long, but that is exactly what I'm thinking of in my mind. Marsh going back to that.
That's a good
plus.
ace run.
Woohoo!
Dang, dude.
Yeah, that looked great.
Been the nastiest ace of all time. Go in.
Oh, that was another good attempt. Oh no.
Yeah, like I said, just kind of didn't feel like I had my putt for most of this day, kind of deal. So glad to make the comebacker, but not happy to miss the first one.
Yeah, that 3 is an unfortunate one. Could have had 2, man.
It's just, it's frustrating to throw like a good drive, and it's like, man, you
Exactly.
did like 300 feet worth of like good work to mess up this much.
Yeah, it's a good little mental challenge to keep you on the focus for the rest of the round for sure. Short memory, man.
Yeah, this was the end of our day too. This was round 2 of
On
Saturday.
Saturday,
So at this point, most of us had been out here for at least 8 hours, 6 hours at this point. So
Yeah, this tournament runs 3 rounds, 1 on Sunday. Hole 3 is 348 feet. Tell us more about it.
yeah, super straight. There's a Mando on the left side there that we just passed, and a log that kind of guards the basket there behind this tree. Really common plays are just throw like mid ranges or fairway drivers right up the middle, or kind of do what Colin does here, or maybe throw something like a little bigger and kind of go up top, crashing into the tree.
Yeah, the high line that
Yeah,
S curves around everything.
really like this.
He gets the distance.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, that didn't hit.
I think that shot's pretty nice. I mean, really, it's
It's a risky play still.
Yeah, it's risky, but I think it requires less touch, where you kind of can just crash into the trees in any way and then kind of plinkle your way down. Where Jeremy shot here, this is I think a little more technical of a shot, where you do have to pipe it. You have to come in on the right angle and kind of skip up the right way. Carter's gonna go up top as well.
Ooh, seemed a little early. But he's on the dance floor.
Wow, I think that's gonna be really good.
Tree, I think. Yeah.
He might have a big straddle there, but yeah, he's maybe circle's edge.
Yeah.
Is that 83 or a Cloudbreaker?
No, this is a PD, and I'm just trying to go up
Okay.
the middle, but I missed right.
Dang.
So, round 3, I went Cloudbreaker up top and crashed into it, and it was much better results.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of learned it from the kids a little bit. I like to say, I'm like, hey, I can throw just as far as these kids can, except the next morning I'm going to need an Epsom salt bath.
Yeah.
So,
And hit your bedtime on time.
yeah. Oh, great putt.
What
Wow.
a deuce.
Great hit.
Gotta love that. Gotta love that.
Oh, he's got to be like 60 away.
That was sick.
That was huge, yeah.
Oh no. He's frustrated with himself. He could have had that. Just a little too forward. More hyzer on it, probably.
Amazing shot from Colin.
Yeah, capitalize. Going to 15 down. Marsh is on its tail with that big putt, though. There's your official 3 to finish hole 3. And same for Carter. Hole 4. Tough one to film. I chose to stay on the tee pad here, so let's take a good pay attention to the fairway here. A lot of people go up and over all these trees. The drone flight is low for the roller flow. A lot of people go forehand roller. Let's see what these boys do.
Yeah, I think the most common play is the throw it up top in the air. Colin throws up
Ooh.
I almost never see anybody do this, and it's so good.
That was so technical.
That low, just like forehand streamer, was so good.
That shut my description up. That was sick.
Yeah, Marsh is going for the more common line. Kind of put it in the air. Something that has a decent amount of stability. You're going to put it in the air on Anheuser. You're going to let it push to the right and then hyzer out. Ideally, kind of by the basket. But
Yeah.
his result was, I think, a pretty common result as well, where it's tough to throw it out to the left on enough anhyzer to get it to swing far enough to the right.
It almost seems like a baby Simon line that these guys are doing.
It is, yeah. It is almost, it's borderline trick shotty without
Yeah.
being a trick shot.
Yeah. Yep, similar for you. What was
Yeah.
the FD3 maybe?
No, that's a drop. That's
Oh,
like
so,
the
okay.
like the zone type of disc. Yeah. I found that
Ooh.
I can get it high enough and punching over far enough, and get the result that I need. And the tree kick isn't nearly as bad with a slower speed disc.
Gotcha. Yeah, it'll pop it straight down, hopefully.
Yeah.
So these are tough shots from the left side.
Tough to get the birdie over there. There's a lot of stuff in your way.
I think he landed on that disc.
I got to just the edge of the circle over here.
I don't know why that tree on your left is one of my favorites.
That's a good tree, man. No, it's a good tree. Yeah.
Excellent putt.
Thanks.
Taking advantage of your good drive.
Good putt, better tree. Nice birdie from Colin as well. Colin's keeping a really good pace to his whole day, start to finish.
And Carter gets out of there with no damage. The 3 was on the plate. And Colin is holding a 2-stroke lead. Going into hole 5 with 2 to go.
Hole 5 is I think this is one of the best holes on the course. It's a really, really incredible hole. It's a par 4, 565 feet. It's a true 2-shot par 4, where the first shot you're going to try to throw like an overstable disc up through this gap and try to get it to hook left. And then the second shot, depending on where you land, is going to be like a relatively straight tunnel shot that you're going to want to finish a little bit to the right.
I tell myself when I play this hole, just don't vary from the fairway. Just literally you will be punished hard.
So bad.
However, the second shot there is a line, a far right line.
Yeah. This hole's, this tee shot's kind of had my number the last few years of me playing it.
Yeah.
It's a very generous gap, but something about it, man, as you're getting up there and you're trying to push a lot of distance,
That looks so smooth.
it was so good.
It landed perfectly in the middle.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. That's the ideal line there.
See if Carter can take advantage of that line as well, and he gets a good push.
Good shot.
No, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. I thought it slowed down.
So I'm going with a fairway driver, and I'm just trying to get it up into this gap as far as I can at that point. That's a fine result. Kicked me into the fairway, not too far on the right or whatever.
You can salvage out of that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, this is anywhere you got near that small tree. This is you can flex or shape something into the right landing zone here.
Yeah, this is a great
This is a fun one to film too when they get it right.
spot for Marsh to be.
A little low, but looks like he's getting some skip forward to be
That's great.
very good
yeah.
result.
If you skip just on the other side of those 2 trees in front of the basket, you know you're making that putt. That's kind of, at least for myself, that's my indication. Hey, if I beat those 2, we're looking really, really good.
And Colin just pimped the smallest gap
Yeah.
on the left side. Yeah, he skipped a little too far forward and left, but
Yeah.
he did a great second shot.
Tree save.
So yeah, this is that back line near the fences.
So this is
Carter got a little too straight on it. He wanted to hook at the end.
that's something that I've seen a bunch of people do, and I've done it myself a couple of times.
Hard.
Well, you go for that backside line, and when you look at it, you're like, okay, I know how far away the basket is, and then you throw it, and you realize that backside comes up a lot quicker than you realize, so you end up overthrowing it by 30, 40 feet without realizing.
Yeah, and there's some low, oddly shaped trees to contend with.
Yeah, there's a bunch of kind of crud back there that makes the footing really bad too.
And this is for birdie. And he puts it on top. That's the second one I filmed this summer or this year. It's so
That's really
rare,
really crazy of him.
But I guess it happens more often than normal, or than you think.
It's always crazy to watch.
Oh, with the dog Raz. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that affected him or not, but that would have been a good score. Dang, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of the edge of the property where the neighborhood is your OB line. So you will get those backyard animals.
Good par. Yeah, this is also where you start to see more and more people like walking their dogs and kind of in that. Or if you're going to run into somebody, it's more likely you're going to be down here.
Yeah, the nature trail is on the outside of these holes.
A couple of just par cleanups here.
And that dog is teasing Jeremy again.
The dog was still trying to get you.
Woof woof.
Yeah.
Talk to us about our last hole of the day.
Yeah, hole 6, par 3, 312 feet. Another great, like, pure disc golf hole. The basket's guarded by that little tree that's there, but it's a very generous fairway. The thing most people are going to be contending with is that tree kind of in the middle there.
That little leaning over one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, become a member, do all the stuff.
Thank you. Thank you for your
thank you.
support.
Hey,
Appreciate
thank you to
everybody's
my
support. It's
sponsors.
super
Yeah,
fun
for
showing you guys,
supporting me.
showcasing the MPO action here in the Northwest.
Jeremy,
Hey, good playing, good playing.
that is.
Last hole.
Thank you so much.
So Colin's showing us the line. Looks like he's doing the right side of the fairway with that one tree splitting it.
Yeah, I think he's throwing one of those glow or moonshine agents
Okay.
straight to relatively overstable putter.
There it is.
Good shot.
Right to the last problem tree.
Yeah. Good shot.
He might have a straddle on that.
I'm going for a P2 here, and
Up and over.
yeah, I like the high line the most because I can just kind of throw it flat. I don't have to contend with that guy in the middle, and that's about as far as that disc is gonna fade out. So
Smart.
Yeah, it should keep me in the circle 99% of the time. Marsh is going with a buzz to the right side over here.
Wow, I think it just hopped over a branch
Jeez, yeah.
and almost makes minis.
Him splitting those two trees on the right side is so impressive.
That's fun. Let's see if we can get the fourth in a row.
The quadfecta.
Quadfecta.
And
Wow.
Carter's going to I think this is a glow proxy.
He just
Bullseye.
he Doyle's it at the end. Way to go. I'm sure that was satisfying.
Like, bro, it's not that long. You don't have to take that long to putt. What are you doing?
Hey man, you've seen your putting today.
This guy
That's why you took your time. You got it. All right. Everybody else is closer, so these guys are must putts here. Must gets.
You see Carter's shot just absolutely parked.
Yeah. I don't think this tree that they're avoiding gets too bushy anymore. I don't play here often enough to know that, but yeah, these guys are making easy work of it. Yeah, and this should be the fourth birdie of the hole. Oh, good borrow. Making it another star frame.
Yeah.
What a good showcase of talent here. Colin with a 2-stroke lead going into round 3. Sorry, okay, let me explain. Let's watch some highlights first.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Shot, Jerry.
Unfortunately, round 3 coverage was not filmed by Fairway Media. There was a wake-up problem. That 9 a.m. start time was just a little too late for my brain, apparently. But we will see the scores here on the screen. As the first time I've done that fail, so I appreciate everybody's support, still pushing me, giving me support. So lots of good disc golf action to come from Fairway Media here. Plus those lives have been fun to entertain, so check in on that too. And don't forget about the giveaway. Comment in the description this video or round 1. I'll get you on a list, an entry to win some discs.
don't forget to like, follow, subscribe to this video here.
Yeah,
and
those
to
are
Fairway
free,
Media.
real free things you guys can do to help out the channel. It really helps out a lot.
And Justin, thank you for having me today, man. It's been a great time doing this with you.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for letting me come over here at the Emerald City, this back warehouse. It's a fun place to do some commentary. Check out the scores. Dallas Garber made it to Lee Carty, tied it with Colin. And they had a big battle that I did not get to film. So go watch his highlights on Dallas Garber's Instagram, Colin Bryant's Instagram, all that stuff. Dallas is the champion for 2024. You see it went down to the last 2 holes. So again, thanks for everybody's support, and hit those like and subscribes, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.